Hi guys,
Hey
welcome
guys.
welcome to another episode of SoftShades. It's been another week and then we're happy to be back with
More juice.
more juice, a great topic. It's always nice to just see you guys interact with the content and just share. So we're very excited about it.
Yes.
And thank you so much, right?
Okay, and what have you been doing this week? You've been talking about what the week has been, so...
Yeah, so the week has been really long. I've been trying to move house. I've been trying to get a new gig going. I'm working on this project. There's so much
Oh
going on.
wow,
actually.
somebody's about his money.
You already know what it is.
I've not been doing too much, to be fair.
Yeah.
So it's just work and shopping, because you can never get tired of shopping, right girls? Yes.
I guess, but yeah. So
What's the topic for today?
the topic for today is I was kind of thinking of something very important. This has always come to my mind, right? And I said,
Right.
let's talk about it. So at what age is it right for parents to have a conversation with their kids about sex? Right? At what age? What's the best age parents are supposed to be allowed or meant to have a conversation with their kids?
Yes. So, you want to go first, or do you want me to go? Shall I go?
Okay, so for me, right, I will start very early to talk to my kids about.
Oh wait, just before we continue,
Yeah.
I just want to put a public service announcement. I've got a cold, guys, so I might sound a little bit hazy, a little bit husky, a little bit, but yeah, I've got a bunged up nose, so sorry for
I know this is all
interrupting.
over the place right now, but as long as you
Yeah,
guys
the
just
flu. It's winter anyway, so nothing I could do about that.
spare her over the Sabbath, right? But yeah,
Back to the topic.
back to the topic, guys. This has been a very, very, very important one because for me, I feel like I will start talking to my kids very early, very, very early, from as little as maybe 4 or 5.
4 or 5, I feel like
Yeah.
that's too early.
Yeah, I feel it's too early, but you want your kids to be able to communicate, right? You want them to be able to tell you when something has gone wrong.
True.
And this is from I have been a victim of some sort
Molestation.
of molestation from some weird guys in the neighborhood who you look up to, who you just think, oh, this is somebody that you want to go to their house and play video game. You're excited. Oh, your mom says, oh, go there, that's your uncle, say hi to him.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? But then you're in this place, you have mixed feelings, right? Of telling your mom, oh, this is what this person does to me when I go to their house.
I mean,
Do you get what I mean?
I was gonna say, like, I know that you said, so are you talking about when it's best to have like sexual education with kids?
Yes.
Or when
At what age?
do
What's
you think
at what age is
education?
should sexual education come in? Because I feel like primary school in Nigeria they don't have a conversation like that.
True. I would say, I mean, I totally agree, and I think that it's really good to have these conversations really early.
Of course,
But I feel like
5 is too young.
I feel like 5 is too young. Like they probably wouldn't even understand anything.
Yeah, because you know how that's how kids get raped. Like you see somebody trying to touch. I feel like 5 is even too old. I feel like as long as they know where you can tell them eye, nose, mouth, and then he says, "Uncle, touch me here." You already know that. Okay, your
so
daughter
like-
is telling you,
So
or
like
your son
4
is telling
5
you.
is fine. then.
Yeah, that's. I
Because
feel like once they can talk,
and they can communicate.
you
with
need
you.
to start having those
I
conversations.
think I agree then.
You need to start having those conversations. You see those uncles, those aunties, in your mind, you're like, this person means no harm. But
Yeah.
trust me, there's always that one person that that tiny little percentage
feel-
of people
I
that you
feel-
think are not doing craziness. It's them.
I also feel that it's better safe than sorry. So it's
Exactly.
best to communicate this, because even though your children or your kids might find it very difficult to probably tell you exactly what's going on,
exactly.
but at least they'll give you an element of some information that would make you know, right, that someone's touching somewhere that they shouldn't be touching. And I feel that's the most important thing. So I feel you're right, actually. I feel like it makes more sense to have this communication with kids, because you want them to be close enough to you to tell you everything that's
Exactly,
going on.
because people were sick.
Yeah,
Trust me, people were really,
in
really
this
sick.
day and
in
age,
people are sick in the head.
people are actually like,
You see somebody who you would expect. I saw a video on Insta, right? And it's This man just screaming down the phone, just making a video of some old guy that has been molesting his own daughter. That's how crazy this shit is. That's how crazy. And then you know what it is? Families just go and say, oh, hush, hush, don't say it's an abomination, don't do crazy.
But this is the thing I don't understand. How is it that people feel comfortable doing these things, these disgusting
Incest
things
is
to kids?
crazy.
Why?
People don't know. There are no values
doesn't make
anymore.
sense
There are no
to
values
me.
anymore.
I can never understand it. Like, I can never ever understand how someone would choose to have these
people were
sexual
sick.
sickness, because that's what it is. It's a sickness at this point
Oh, no,
towards children.
it's beyond
You
real.
need to be. If I really say what's on my mind,
Oh, you need to.
you need to be
crazy.
locked up in solitary. Is it solitary?
I feel you need to
Forever.
be raped. You need to be raped. You need to be.
I feel they should
strangled.
castrate-
You need to be.
they need
There are a
to
lot of
take-
all the
take-
things.
Cut your private part off,
Smells.
give it to you to eat, roast it, and
There's no punishment is
I'm
enough
crazy.
for people like that. I don't think there's any punishment.
I don't think
guys.
there's any justifiable punishment for a person. No.
It's unbelievable.
I feel like they
it's
need
unbelievable,
a certain
guys.
level of-
It's one of those ones where I have been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I want my kids to be able to open their mouth and tell me, "Oh, daddy, this is what uncle did to me," or "This is what auntie did." And also, I feel like men, right? We don't even have a conversation with our kids, especially with men. They don't have conversations with their kids. Okay, when is the right time for your son to actually go out there and be a man, right? Or help himself? Because I started helping myself very early. Nobody even knew. You know that kind of one where nobody has a
Some
conversation
people
with
don't know
you.
the meaning of helping themselves.
No, of course they know what they need. I'm not gonna do that. If you don't know what helping yourself is, that's your problem.
Go read.
But I started helping myself really early. There was, imagine not having a conversation with an adult telling you, "Oh, this is what," you just see something and you're just like, "Oh, what's this?" Right? And there are a gazillion and one men out there that have the same problem.
Yeah.
They have no clue of what has happened. They're just like, "Oh, okay." And they just keep it moving. It's just like every day they just wake up, they just
Because they
have a wet dream or there's something, and they're just like, okay, nobody's communicating.
I feel that the same goes for women as well. I feel mothers should have that conversation with girls to say, right, let's scrap that bit of when you go to school and then your parents. I remember back in the day where your parents tell you, "Oh, don't talk to any boys," because the moment you talk to boys, you get pregnant just by speaking to them. But I feel that there should be this element of proper conversations where you explain in detail. Because I remember then back
African
then, my
moms
mom
left the
my
group
mom,
chats.
I remember that.
African moms left the group chats.
No, I would be mommy. My mom was really. It got to, I think maybe when we were lots younger, she would like try to tone it down a little bit. Like she'll make us feel like she'll talk through she'll be talking from the corners of her mouth. But it got to a point like when we got to a certain age, she was point blank. Straight to, she was saying it like, if you have sex.
Okay, but I can tell you for free, I had nobody tell me nothing about it. My mom, my dad, nobody. Till date, nobody has said anything about it.
Well, the man will figure it out himself.
Do you get what I mean? But that's crazy. That's how you that's how they raise rapists. That's how, because you've not had a conversation about, they don't know. You act like the world makes you feel like, oh, as a man, you should know. How are you supposed to know though? Do you get what I mean? How are you meant to know these things? If you're not told, if you're not taught, you know how it is? This is what it is. In primary school, there are these meetings that they have with girls where they tell all the boys to go away. There's a time in primary school, I don't know if you went to like a private school or like I don't know if they do it at public schools, but in private schools they tell all the boys to leave the classrooms, and they have all the girls in there and they're telling them about, their sanitary, just, when you have your periods. These are the conversations that used to happen, I think, in primary or secondary school. For the boys, it's break time, we're all just playing. It's like nobody has a conversation about anything with you. Zero conversation. Literally nothing. They just let you go play football, and they chase you out.
Let me tell you the reason behind that. I feel, please do, if you disagree with me, please put this in the comment section anyway. Okay. But I do feel that it's mostly because girls tend to mature quicker than boys.
That's the thing too.
So that's the reason why it's like some girls start seeing, become women from like the age of 10, some 9, at 9.
But that you can't
At
blame
9,
men for
some
that.
girls
though.
are women.
But you
So-
can't blame men for that too. That's not a good enough reason for you not to have a conversation with the boys.
Maybe it's just not as okay.
there is. I need you to
In terms
understand
of
something.
wait. The reason why it's important to have those conversations with the boys is because you want to make sure that in case of any sexual molestation, if in case the person gets molested or the person gets, where the pedophiles lurking around, you want them to be educated in that aspect. But when it comes to the actual main thing,
Yeah, but the main
the
thing, you
girls need to
still
know
need to
first.
teach them though. Like, it's okay for you to, the girls need to know. It's okay, it looks good on paper to talk to the women and teach them in the way.
Yeah.
What about the men? That's my point. My point is, what happens to the men?
yeah,
Where's the conversation? Because their dads are not telling them.
Yeah.
Their uncles are not telling them. Nobody's opening their mouth to say anything about these conversations. And you just feel like, okay, how are these men supposed to learn anything? How do they learn it? Porn. That's the only way. That's literally the only way men learn. Because if nobody is telling you, the only way you learn is if you watch porn.
no, some people, I think that's when magazines then back in the day, some
Yeah,
guys
but-
start looking at women.
Yeah, but magazines though, not if you've grown past the stage of a magazine, like you're
Yeah,
not,
when
or
you've
you
gone
don't
past
find
that.
those magazines. I remember growing up and it was a thing for us
Yeah.
in my classroom. Everybody was just like passing all the porn CDs. Oh, when it was my time to watch, that's when they caught me. Do you get what I mean? I haven't even watched it. It was my time. I just put it in. I just took the lights. Do you get those kind of crazy ones? I was just like, I was just ready, gearing up. Say, okay, today. I had like 5 CDs just waiting. Okay, everybody had gone around. They had watched. Okay, they just say, okay, you watch and bring it back. You know those kind of ones. If you're a smart boy, you know.
Right in secondary school.
Right in secondary school, it was some those long holiday back. You in your summer school time. Yeah, it was summer school. So you know one of those ones where you're not expecting anybody to catch you. You're just gonna move slick. I'm in church that day, having a good time. I go to play. I go for like a video thing. My mom calls me and she's like,
What the hell
"Come
is this?
home now." It wasn't even a "what the hell is this" situation. It was a "come home now" kind of situation. And I'm there. I was just like, "Yo,
What has happened?
what's going on?" In my mind, I just knew. I
Oh,
knew
did
what
you?
it was. In my mind, I kind of knew. Like, just like
Jesus.
gone to my bag. There's no way. There's
And
no
then what
way.
happened then?
And then it was fire and brainstorm. It was.
Did she? What
my dad
questions
was
were you
mad.
asked? Like,
No
what-
questions.
What did you
Literally no question. Who owns these CDs? That's what it was. It wasn't no. Oh, I need to educate you. I need to talk. It was who owns. How did you get them? That was what it was. It was
taking you back
straight
to
up
school?
It was straight up
It's
flogging
good,
wire
good,
on my
good.
back. Man, I got scars for
deserved it.
days. I got scars for years. Trust me. And
You
it was one of
deserved
those
it.
ones where there was no communication till date. There
So
was no communication
okay, so
whatsoever.
what? Are you, wait. So are you saying now that it's because there was no communication, and that's the reason why you're justifying your reason for getting the phone?
No, I
Or you
only
felt
just
it was
no. At the
curiosity
time, it was
satisfying
just
your curiosity.
yeah. It was my time to watch. It wasn't no satisfying my curiosity. It was go watch
Watch
these
YouTube
things and
and
become a
come
man. That's what it was. Just go and see and relieve yourself. And what class? This was GS3, I think, or SS class or
Were
something.
you even in SS?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember vividly, but I think it was either JS class. I think it was JS or SS. I think it was, or maybe JS class. Yeah, I think it was JS class. I think maybe JS2, JS3 type, one of them ones, right? And then I was just like, goodness me, where's the communication now? I wasn't a criminal. It's not an offense. That's what you need. That's what I need to put out there. It's not an offense.
Yeah,
for you
I
to
think I
watch
agree
porn.
With that.
It's
I agree
not.
with
It's
that.
people have been watching porn since decades, since the
I
beginning
agree
of
that
time.
it's not. I agree that it's not an offense because, to some degree, I feel that's satisfying your curiosity because you didn't know anything.
I had no idea.
You had no
clue.
knowledge. You had no. It was just a case of, But did you get to watch it then?
No.
You didn't even get to watch it.
Okay, so I didn't even finish my gist, but Oh God. I didn't even finish my day. So they took this. I had to lie. Obviously, at the time, I had to lie. It was somebody else's.
Oh, so you didn't even know what was on it?
No, I knew what was on it, but
Okay.
at the time, I knew I was caught. So I was just like, I had to lie. It's not mine. I was just trying to see. I thought it was a movie type thing. Do you get what I mean? And at the time, I had to lie. It was someone else's. And the person, you know those kind of people where your mom idolizes them. It's like, this guy can never do wrong in her eyes. I just lied. I just said, oh, that is his. It's his brother's. Do you get what I mean? It was a big, big story. People, my house was just going crazy. My mom was going crazy. My dad was going crazy. And I just kept lying. I stuck to my story. I was like, it was not, I don't know, I have no idea. It wasn't mine. And I stuck with my story till tomorrow. I kept telling them.
Oh, well.
But then
Depends if
there
you're
was somebody,
this now.
then there was somebody that had to go rats. I don't know where. I just went to rat because we're having a conversation. I was just like telling them, I was telling my family that, oh, yo, it wasn't really mine, or it was really mine. It was mine, but I just couldn't. And then they just went to rats. I don't know where. Bam! Just told my mom again. You don't even want to know. Told my mom again. My mom beats me again. Oh my God! For lying.
Oh my goodness, that is so sorry.
And then she came back from work one time, and you know what it was? You know how last bones are, right? We always have something on everybody. So when you have something, just hold it, because if they have anything on you, you're finished. You're finished.
That is something.
So it was that one where she had something on me now, and I had nothing on her. So it was like, I'd been having things on her for too long.
Really?
So she just needed to go rat me out. And then my mom just came back and she was like, see what your sister said. So you're still lying. And she still beat me again. And then it was just one of those ones where I just stopped watching porn. I just left it alone.
So how did you learn along the line? Like, how did you get to know, right, I know
it just from conversations with boys, just talking to friends in school, just saying, oh, what did you do? Or how did you go about this? Some people will go as low as, they don't even know. They go as low as sleeping with their cousins. They go as low as sleeping with family members.
That's a bit...
It's unbelievable.
So what advice do you think you'd give? Like,
I think it's the parents.
Where do you think this knowledge should be passed out? You think it's parents?
It's the parents'
So
fault.
do you think it should be the mum or the dad?
Both. It should be both parents. They should come together.
In situations where it's a single parenting situation, you expect...
I expect them to still...
If it's a mother, the mother should still speak to your boy.
Speak to your boys.
I agree.
The boys need to know what's happening to them.
I would say for girls, especially when it comes to like them, especially when it comes to losing their virginity. So I feel like it's very important that girls have to try as much as possible to build a bond with your mom.
Very important.
So, and mothers need to I was watching a video someday, and I remember something that someone said.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a parent from a certain age to a certain age to your girls or to your children in general.
Yeah.
But it gets to a certain age where you're not their parents anymore. You're playing both
your sibling and a parent.
No, you're playing both the role of a parent and a friend.
And a friend, okay.
Because the only way they'll open up to you and they'll tell you certain things that you want to know is when they are your friends. So make them your friends so that they can. So I expect that my girl should be able to tell me,
open enough to communicate.
It's like, Mom, I think I'm seeing someone now, and I think this is going to happen, and I should be able to advise her accordingly to say, right, make sure you don't do this, make sure you don't let them do that to you, make sure you're giving your consent, make sure it's with the right person, make sure certain bits and bobs, like it's very important to have that, that
African moms left the group. They run away. They are not in that.
That's not true. I don't agree, because I feel like there's some moms that are also quite.
Yeah, but I'm talking from my own perspective.
Okay, then.
It never happened. No communication, guys. Zero.
Yeah, but we're just saying now.
Because we're trying to advise people now. Yeah, please, mothers, dads, have those conversations. It's very important.
It's paramount. You have to have those
very,
conversations.
very, very important. You never know where your son is going, the kind of friends he has, the kind of psychotic people that your son's
And
dealing
in
with.
terms of people being sick, people are absolutely
Mental.
sick.
People who have lost their hair.
You don't want someone to take advantage of your children.
Please, guys, it's very, very, very important. Very, very important that you know, check on your friend, the kids, friends your kids have, the type of people they hang out with, where they go. Just let them drop, it's just a message or something. Let them just tell you something.
Question them. Let them talk to you. Question
Very
them. Ask them
important,
what they're
guys.
going.
Very
Know
important.
all your friends. Know their friends. Know the friend. Like my mom. Oh my god. It got to a point. Because it was very easy for me to lie and go into a friend's house then, because all I needed to do was just say, oh yeah, I'm just going to.
What's your friend's name?
Or I'm just going to this person's. She'd be like, all right then, doors open, because she knew all the friends.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to, well, it was a green card anyway for me to just step out the house.
Yeah.
But in general, it was more of a very important thing that she knew all our friends and she had their numbers.
Yeah, very important. But yeah. So,
in general,
but I'm saying, this is my perspective, right? I will start to talk to my kids very early. I don't know about you guys, but this is me, Michael's perspective on when he's going to talk to his kids and when he has them and how he's going to go about
I'll
it.
be very interested to hear what other people say, what they think, when they think is the right time that you'd like to speak to your children. To what extent, to what level of information, how much exposure would you give them to? So, we know what you guys think, but it's really, really interesting and important.
This was an interesting topic,
it was a very
actually.
interesting
I love
topic.
this one.
I feel like it was important
to
have this conversation, and I feel it was really nice to share your story as well.
Yeah, I know, you guys. So I've given you some little gist, so
some
you guys,
tea.
we'll be giving you tea every now and again. I have a whole lot. It's packed in there somewhere. It's all in my head, so I'll just be giving you in bits and pieces. Right?
Don't worry, don't think it's only him. I've got gist too. So
exactly. So
until next time, guys.
Hang in there, guys.
Hang in there, and we'll
you
be
guys
signing
again.
out. Purr.